Hey everyone, Meinke here from MLive.com, joined by Justin Rogers. It's week 3 on tap tomorrow, Justin. It's the Lions, it's the Packers. It's an age-old rivalry, and it's one the Lions have not fared well in over the past few years. I think they've lost 15 of their past 17. Who do you see emerging in this one?
It's really not a rivalry at that point, is it? I mean, isn't that this kind of the college football trash talk, I guess? But this was a game I waffled on. I waffled on during my preseason predictions. I couldn't make it. Was the one I was most flip-flopping on, especially after seeing the Packers in that opener against Seattle.
Yep.
And this week, all week, I struggled with it. But at the end of the day, I look at history, I look at the long-term history, and I can't bet against Aaron Rodgers against the Detroit Lions. I mean, there's just no reason to. He's gone 9-1. The loss was a game where he didn't finish with a concussion, so who knows how the second half would have gone. But that's the thing is he is a finisher in this league, and that's what you need is a guy that can finish in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers is very good at driving the dagger into the Lions' heart, and I expect it to happen this week again in a close game.
My logic is the same. I'm not sure how much I have to add. I think I see two teams that are very talented on offense and otherwise flawed. But I'm taking Aaron Rodgers over Matthew Stafford every day. I'm taking Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb over Golden Tate and Calvin Johnson, at least with the guy who's getting those guys the ball. And I think that this offense is a very potent one, and we've seen time and time again the Packers beating the Lions every which way. And I'm just not going to pick against them. Not while Aaron Rodgers is playing quarterback.
The one thing that plays in the Lions' favor, it dates back to last year. I understand every year is different, but if you look at that Thanksgiving game, Matt Flynn was under center, but the offensive line was Swiss cheese, and the Lions ate him up. And you look to that opener in Seattle, that's how you beat Aaron Rodgers. You get pass pressure all game long. You don't give him time. He's a guy that likes to hold on to the ball, let plays develop. And there's some injuries right now on the Lions' defensive line, which I think, takes away some of that advantage. But if Ezekiel Ansah and George Johnson and those guys are healthy, and we know Sue and Fairley are healthy, they can get pressure there. That's how you beat Aaron Rodgers, and that's Detroit's best chance is pressure up front.
Yeah, and Sue's playing well. Fairley's playing exceptionally well. Consistent pressure from Nick Fairley, and the Packers started a rookie center, and he's been okay, but he's still a rookie, and we've seen what Ndamukong Suh can do against rookies a few times over the past couple of years. Kyle Long comes to mind from last year against the Bears. Just took him to school, and Kyle Long made a Pro Bowl, I believe, at season's end. So I like that matchup for the Lions. At the same time, if Aaron Rodgers gets any kind of time to throw in this game, I'm seriously concerned for the Lions, because who's playing cornerback besides Rasheed Mathis and Darius Slay? It's going to be a guy, Danny Gore, they signed just this week, and he's going to be starting 5 days later against Aaron Rodgers, probably in the slot, perhaps outside. Either way, I just see this as a huge matchup advantage for the Packers, and one the Lions will not be able to overcome.
Yeah, and I look at the Lions' offense. That's a unit that we don't really know what they are yet. They put up 35 on the Giants, 7 next week in Carolina. Still some of the tendencies that have plagued this team for years in terms of shooting themselves in the foot. Can't do that in a division game against a quarterback that good. They have to be flawless in their execution once they get across the 50. They can't waste opportunities. You can't turn the ball over. It's a ball-hawking secondary. Tramon Williams and Sam Shields are two guys that can make plays on the ball, even against a guy like Calvin Johnson. So Stafford has to be smart. The receivers and the running backs have to hold on the ball, and Nate Freese has to start making his kicks.
Score.
I think I have a little bit lower scoring than you. I know the logic is to expect to track me with these two great offenses. I think the defenses are a little bit better than we're giving them credit for, so I've got it 27-24, I believe.
Well, maybe the Packers' defense is better, but I'm not sure that the Lions' defense is better than what we're expecting, but particularly with the injuries. And if James Ahedibo doesn't play at safety, that's just another concern for the Lions. I have it 38-35. I think you're going to see a ton of points in this game, and you're going to see two offenses on display, especially after what the Lions did last week. I think there's just a little bit more incentive there to showcase what they can do and to get that thing humming, because 7 points is not enough for an offense that features Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate and all these guys. I think they get it going against the Packers' defense that's average. And you see a lot of points put up on the board, but I just don't think the Lions can quite hang with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
38-35, how many times do you think you'll be writing that game story during this one?
No, I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. For Justin Rogers, I'm Meinke. We are MLive. Keep it right here.